So the epic orgasm challenge, right?
We're back to talk about it. The epic orgasm challenge. We're halfway through. And
Because you start it and then he goes.
what's the rules?
Yeah.
The rules. You have to have an orgasm every day for 30 days. One of the partners does. You have to be married, of course. So the epic orgasm challenge. Where did this start?
So we've done this challenge for about 5 years. We did it with another group, years ago. And as we started developing our own community, our own content, we have a number of couples. Obviously, we're encouraging singles to get married and all of the benefits that come with marriage, right? So entering into our community and throwing it out for our people was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a journey because statistically you see that couples that are married just aren't having sex. And I think because it gets boring, it's the same old style. There's no fire to it. There's no passion to it. So after a while, it just gets to be just another thing they do, right? And so I think that's what really prompted us is like we have seen in our relationship that it was epic, man. It was awesome. Like we were always, it seemed like it kept getting better and kept getting better and better and better. And it's like, well, what are we doing to make it better? And part of it would be to share with others the things that we do to create an awesome environment in our home, to create that connection, to create that next level of intimacy and depth in our relationship.
And to overcome challenges, right? Sex every single day. Well, when you have a busy life or travel schedule, there's obstacles that get thrown your way. So how do you go about it? I mean, it's like life. We don't go through life without challenges. So kind of shrinking down this challenge into a 30-day span allows you to exercise the muscle of overcoming, exercise the muscle of what am I going to do to push through this scenario, right? And it really draws you closer. It gets fun, it gets wild, and sometimes it's really quick, sometimes it's really creative and an opportunity for you to enhance what you're already doing, right? So there's so many different reasons to do it, but we've seen radical growth in not only our marriage, but others, many others. And it's just fun. It's fun to kind of collaborate, like, if you will, with a community, supporting each other, being able to walk through different tactics of healing, different
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you get into this, if you went into someone's bedroom, so to speak, which sounds terrible, but this is pure, it's clean, it's married couples, and we don't have pictures or videos, anything that you would think was really great. No, we're not doing that. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is truly to help people have connection. And it is. You have to fight through excuses. You have to fight through like, well, what if we're traveling? Well, then phone sex. Hello, you can do phone sex. And it's interesting, when you were younger, you would think of ways to, flirt with your spouse. And maybe when you just were newlyweds, how did you act? What did you do to create that spark and that fire? You flirted. You were, talking about it a lot. And that's the thing. When we do this challenge, we've noticed that it heightens everybody's awareness. Everyone who's doing the challenge, it heightens their awareness. They're talking about it more. And what's awesome is like we have seen people that we helped to get married, and then to enhance their marriage. Of course, this challenge does that. It really puts it at the forefront because it's kind of like a truck. Like if you're driving a Ford truck, and you spot a Ford truck, then all of a sudden you see all these Ford trucks on the freeway, right? Law of awareness. Well, same thing. If I'm aware and heightened that I'm going to be having sex with this incredible specimen of a woman, my bride, my queen, then guess what? I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking about it. And I'm also thinking of creative ways too. We challenge the people that we work with in this challenge to do things to create that mystery, if you would, that fantasy. Like, what can you do to enhance it? And it's funny because even part of the stories that come out of this stuff is always funny stories, but it really does help to create that fantasy.
Yeah, so we have a private group where we get to check in and we share, funny gifts, explosions and whatnot. So one of them posted a picture of a bench, and they say, daily exercise complete since the 12th of February. Also, a bench by the fire in a cool night makes for a great caveman experience. So this particular couple used to date and have bonfires all the time. So this was number one, special to them in particular, but it was just a fun post, right? So we get to post fun things see different creative ways that people are experiencing the challenge. Another one was he cleaned up the kitchen while I took a bath. He was so hot, I had to step outside in the snow to cool off for a bit. So it's like, it's just fun, different pictures that people share. We have Betty White that says, I'm just gonna keep on smiling.
So little hints and fun things. It's really cool. And I think one of the things that, as we talk about even this epic orgasm challenge and what having sex on a daily basis can do, it enhances testosterone. It causes there to be a heightened level of excitement and energy. It does. And what's interesting is that when you do a study on even for the male and female both of having the release, having that orgasm, it does help and make improvements medically even. There's been studies proven that as men get older, they have a higher risk for testicular cancer. Well, if you go do your research, you go do it. I'm not an expert. However, when you do your research, you find out it's because of the less usage. So if you have less usage, there's higher chance because it's not fresh, it's not flowing, it's not going. And the same can be the same for a woman, whether it's pent up and frustrations can all get built up. And having an orgasm is definitely a physical release and it's natural. If you don't think it's natural, then when you were younger, why did you have, I'm going to say, a wet dream? You wake up and your bed's wet. It's a natural thing. And yet we try to suppress it. No, we should set it free for marriage. So that's our thing. With epic relationships and epic soulmate and having this epic orgasm challenge, like it's really awesome. If you want an epic marriage, we encourage you to have more sex. Seriously, it does make a difference. And here's one thing that's fascinating we do a training about 4 faces, the lion and the lioness. It's a tragic truth. When the new alpha male lion takes over, he actually kills off all the cubs. He's taken over. That's what we call a tragic truth. Why would he do that? Because when he kills off those cubs, all the females become available, meaning that they're ready instantly. They become available for him to impregnate. So it's interesting if we understand like the correlation of lions and how they represent kings, they represent testosterone, they represent getting the job done, aggression, and you know, and it's funny because there is a correlation there. Like they have sex with all the lionesses in the pride. That's why they're the alpha male. Now, I'm not encouraging that. Monogamy, I didn't say it. Monogamy is that how you say it? Say it for me. Monogamy, thank you. It's highly encouraged. That's what we teach and preach, and only having one wife, definitely. However, it's the lesson you can learn on what created the lion. That's why we talk about the lion, that he represents getting the job done. He represents a fire and fierceness. And it's crazy how that's correlated to the fact that the lion, the alpha lions, having lots of sex.
We all need a release.
We all need freedom. Next level freedom comes from consistently participating and being intimate together. It's really awesome.
So really been enjoying it. In fact, we're kind of doubling down.
We have been a couple of days where we've doubled down, and it's just because we're having fun.
Well, part of it's timing too, right? So the challenge is one person has to orgasm by midnight, right? Well, so sometimes you have to time things. So sometimes it works out that we've done it in the morning, but then, hey, we have time before midnight. We're going to do it again.
So again, that's part of the fun, is creating adventures, knowing that you have to fulfill this every day. And there's some money on the line in the sense of, that's why we create it with have it be where there's money on the line, because people take it more serious and they don't want to lose that money. So they'll push through things.
Yeah, and I think it's a great example of how we prioritize our relationship in life, right? So during this 30 days, you're exercising that muscle of prioritizing sex and orgasm. But how does that flow into the rest of your life? And how are you prioritizing your marriage, your relationship, your sex life, when life happens?
Which is serious. This is serious. How some of the people said, yeah, what do I do when I can't? Well, what about her? Make sure she does it. Or she says, what if I'm not really in the mood? Okay, well then just make sure he does. Or maybe hey, it's real life. Maybe she's having her period, right? And they don't want to do intercourse. That's fine. It's just about the orgasm. However, it's powerful. Can you see all the ways you got to work through things? You got to work through whether she's feeling like it or not, whether he can or can't get it up, whether or not she's bleeding. I mean, these are real life things. And guess what? When you do it 30 days straight, you're going to have to face and deal with most of those things. So it's pretty awesome. And it's like life. We always got to face challenges, but what are you going to do with them? You going to make them lemons into lemonade, or are you going to make it into some sour, frustrating thing and become a victim? You can either be victorious or victim. It's fun. You got the same circumstances, but you get to choose what you want to do with it. Totally.
So we started the challenge February 14th, and we have 10 days left. We're excited for you to join us next year.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. So if you like some of these videos and all the sex talk, please hit that like and notification bell. So when we create more content, we'll be sure to notify you. All right. So let us know and we'll create some more.
Subscribe.